Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank. Pacific Northwest Beer, Pacific Northwest Beer. Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loudsole Drink Tank coming to you from Crybaby Studios down here in the Loudsole Lounge. You know, I got Steven James up in here. What's happening, brother?
Oh, man, it's happening.
You know, and we got my man Ty up in here.
Hey, how you doing?
And, man, we're doing really well. You know, these guys were just in here blowing this place up as always. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Loudsole Drink Tank for this whole year. Man, what a year. We've all been through so much this year. And I just hoping you're all doing well. And the tank is doing well and looking to a bright future.
Yeah.
And we're glad to have Steven James come in here. And we're always drinking on the Loudsole's Mother's Milk. It's the Pyramid Outburst. Here it is. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh,
there it is.
So go out and get yourself some Pyramid Outburst. You know, we're always swilling that. That is the Loudsole's Drink Tank's Mother's Milk. And we're going to be showcasing some other, I got some Stone IPAs. I think Stone is actually from California.
I think it is.
Yeah, and so not too local, but we're going to drink it anyway because we're breaking the rules. It's the end of the day. And we got a Fremont down here, like a Super Stone. It's 11.5 because we always appreciate the strong beers here on the Loudsole Drink Tank. So, you know, we got Steven James up in here, and he's our man. We've been knowing this guy real well. He's done a lot of stuff. Man, there's so much to talk about with this guy, but we'll never get to it all. But, Steven, man, you got this new band up in here, 99 Nightmares.
Yeah.
And these guys came in. They did 4 songs. We're going to put them on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, how we do it, you know. And we're going to interview this guy. And so as far as beer goes, man, I see you don't have a beer in your hand.
Oh, and we got to thank Sandra for coming in and stepping up and playing bass for us for the night.
Okay, so let's thank Sandra coming in here. Yeah. And Sandra played some killer bass, of which you're about to see. And what was the drummer? Who was the drummer guy?
That's Malcolm.
Malcolm.
No,
Malcolm was shredding, dude.
That's our drummer. He stepped out to grab some food.
Dude, Malcolm was great, and you're going to see him here in just a minute or two. And so Steven has an ability to attract great players. And if you want to be in a band, if you want to be a musician, try to check out what this guy's doing, because the way to do it is to attract good players around you and treat them well, and then your life is good. And so you got 99 Nightmares going on, and you don't have a beer in your hand. When did you drink beer, brother? Come on, this is the Loudsole Drink Tank. Tell me, when you were a beer-drinking mofo, what were you drinking, man?
Jack Daniels, moonshine.
Jack Daniels and moonshine.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Sometimes,
yeah. Dude, I'm telling you what, man. I have actually had moonshine, and it is, if you do a shot of that, it is so incredibly potent. Like it's like I can shoot Ezra Brooks all night long, right? We can shoot that all night long. You shoot real alcohol that some dude made in his backyard, and your heart is good. Your heart's gonna do stuff. You're gonna be like, woo! And so you just were never much of a beer guy.
Beer was for breakfast.
Okay, and what beer was for breakfast, Steven James?
Oh man,
it wasn't Pyramid Outburst.
No, I used to drink a lot of Heineken.
Okay, cool. Because that's something you can bust it open in the morning, It helps you get that morning piss going on.
Usually you're
done with
flowing from the other night, you know.
And it's drinking that brings our days together. The nights turn into mornings, and it's drinking that really just like sews our days together. All right, cool, man. And what about this guy over time, man? Are you much of a beer drinker, brother?
I mean, I like beer. I just don't drink usually much anymore. But I used to drink a lot of Budweiser.
There you go.
Budweiser was one of my...
We'd get in trouble if we drank too much.
What is the snobbiest ass beer you've ever drank? Like, I'm talking snobby, Seattle snob. Like, I only pay $15.99 a pack for my fucking beer. What's the snobbiest beer you've ever had?
Honestly, I don't think I've had any really snobby beer. I've had like local, like a Gig Harbor IPA.
Well, that's snobby.
Well, that's snobby. Yeah. That is snobby. Yeah.
Snobby is like not Bud, like not not the regular, not this part of the aisle of Safeway. Then you move over here, it's like kind of like halfway. The snobs are up here. Yeah. They're drinking all this specialty stuff. Grapefruit crap in there But they're strong,
I was just always an economy drinker, so I didn't I didn't buy any IPAs or anything like that.
And Steven, what's like the snootiest ass motherfucking beer you've ever had? Like snoot. What's the snootiest ass beer you've ever had?
I don't remember.
Are you heard? Okay, so what I always ask bands, you aren't the big beer drinkers, but I'll tell you what, a brewer's going to show up and he wants to endorse your band with a beer. Okay? Now, maybe it's not a beer you're going to drink, but it's a beer you're going to pass out to the people in the crowd that, whatever. What would you want this beer to be if a dude's going to come up, endorse you, and be like, dude, I'm going to brew for your band? What shape, color, whatever, what would your beer be, man? Besides that fucking whiskey, moonshine, which I have in a can right here, and I'm gonna hit you guys up with it.
Well, first of all, it would have to be moonshine.
Okay, so here's what I want dudes out there to do: is like brew a can of beer that's called moonshine, and it is just like so ridiculously strong, such as this Stone Stout that's like 11.5, and this is like half whiskey, half coffee in a can. I swear, and it's great. So I'm gonna bust it up. But so for your band, it would be like a mellow beer, right?
I was a heavy whiskey drinker too at one point.
Okay, so we want a whiskey. We want a whiskey beer is what we want for this band.
IPA has a good beer.
What do you mean? IPA has a good beer. IPA
got many good beers.
Many good. You see, IPAs are where it's at. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, IPA has a good beer. Steven?
Seven Seas is good too.
Yeah.
Seven Seasons.
Seven Seas.
That's the Gig Harbor one.
It's a good beer.
And what do you guys vote on Guinness? Guinness is not a strong beer. We only endorse strong beers, but Guinness.
Guinness.
Guinness is like, it's the exception. Like, I buy the big tall can and get it cold as, on a summer day. Oh God, I don't drink it any other time of the year. I save it for that. So, Steven, without further ado, let's run the folks through one of your songs here. It's going to be Demon Within.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play Demon Within from this band 99 Nightmares with my man Steven James up in here, and Ty, and all those other guys. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about this and that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Steven James, 99 Nightmares, The Demon Within. Here it is.
You
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, this is Back to the Loudsole Drink Tank with Steven James up in here, man. What's doing, dude? And so I'm starting to talk a little bit weird because I've been drinking like mad, babies. And so this is my man Steven James up here. He's got this band 99 Nightmares up in here. We got Ty. What's up, dude? And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know, and right there you saw, man, Ty was putting in some serious guitar licks up in here.
Thank you.
And we appreciate that stuff up in here in the Loudsole Drink Tank. And very quickly, before we talk about the demon within, I just want to get Ty, man. What's up? What's up with your guitar? Dude, you've been playing a long time, man. How old are you, dog?
So I just turned 25 in November, and I've been playing guitar since I was 8 years old. Yeah, I put it down once and then I picked it up and I didn't put it down ever again.
Have you seen this cat on YouTube, Avery, this young drummer? Man, there's this dude Avery, and he's this young drummer, and he's fucking done. He's drummed every song there is, and it's the cats that start young that really shine, you know, later on. And thank you for those licks, dude. Like,
Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
So, Steven, man, very briefly, 10 seconds or less, or you know, whatever. Well, I pound this. This is that Stone Stout I was telling you, 11.5. Don't drink this at home, kids, and don't drink it when the camera is in front of you either. Steven, what's with the demon within, man?
What's up with it?
Yeah, well, yeah. What's up with that song? You know, just kind of tell me a little bit about that song. Maybe where you wrote it, what you were thinking.
Well, let me think about that one. I don't know. I just kind of whipped it together, to be honest. Someone told me I couldn't write a song like that because I wrote it one other way before I wrote it this way. But yeah, someone said I couldn't do it, and I did it, and I wrote it that way.
We like that.
So,
You can't do it.
yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite things for people to say. You can't do it. I'm like, oh yeah, well. So big deep meaning to it, or just some words that you were spitting. It just kind of flowed out.
Well, yeah, just anger. You know?
Anger.
Yeah.
Anger, and then this guy can come and throw some killer shreds on top of it. Thank you very much. All right, so that's the demon within. 99 Nightmares. My man Steven James. All right. So, Steven, what's going on? You've had so many irons in the fire over a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on now with this?
Well, I started out on my solo project. This was my solo project.
From
Understand.
And Understand was killer, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, you rode that horse, baby. You rode that horse, baby. And so now you got 99 Nightmares, and you got this cat in the band, and you kind of have a bunch of friends around you supporting you in this whole endeavor. And so we got this whole whatever's going on out in the world right now. It's not like you're planning gigs and all that stuff. Or are you, man? Like, so what's going on with the band, man?
Well, we're just recording.
Okay.
Doing a lot of recording.
Where?
Well, we started at Mountain Home and Robert Lang Studios.
Man, I was in Robert Lang Studios back in 1994 when he was still laying those stone walls up in there. Are the stone walls still there? And it's like this kind of...
Bob's Bunker? Yeah.
Is that Bob's Bunker?
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. I remember I was there when they were actually putting a Candlebox gold record thing up on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
When I was there, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible.
Yeah, there's a bunch of records on that wall now. Way down.
Dude, they have got to have a gold wall that is out. Okay, so how do you like recording there, man?
Oh, I love it. One of the best studios I've ever recorded in.
And he lets you get behind the board, and you get to mess with the board, and you get to listen to it, and like tweak, because it's tweaker thing.
Well, it depends on. Usually we have I work with Chris Rom over there, the executive. I believe he's the executive producer over there.
Cool.
And yeah, he's just great. He can just dial everything in really quick. So.
You know, because like technology these days, like you can sit behind the board and be like, and here we are. You know? And so who are you working with in that studio? This is what I really want to get to. Who are you working with in that studio, man?
A lot of
Come
people.
on, spill it.
A lot of people. Okay. Well, we got a new song that we've been working on. I brought Ty on, and we got Kevin that's gonna be featured with Kevin Wood.
You got Kevin Wood,
Yeah.
which is the brother of Andrew Wood, and ladies and gentlemen, that's Malfunction, which goes back to the absolute roots of grunge right here in Seattle. Like if you're a dude who wants to research grunge in Seattle, let's find out what really go way back. You're going to go back to Malfunction and find the Wood brothers.
Oh yeah.
And ultimately, two roots split from there. You know, Andrew Wood went and did his thing, which made this whole thing. And then you had Kevin Wood as well. And he's a shredder. Check out Kevin Wood, man. Malfunction, old and new, whatever, you know. So
Yeah.
who else you got on those tracks, dog?
Well, Dion Estes. He played with Elton John, Marvin Gaye, and Aaron Burkhart from Regional Drummer Nirvana.
So he's laying down some tracks?
Yeah, he already did.
Nice. See, Steven, man, he actually knows some folks, you know, and the thing is that it influences you, doesn't it, man?
Yeah, it makes you a better player. I mean, it steps up your game a little bit.
It does. And then when you have a good voice, and I always kiss everyone's ass that's in here on the drink tank, but not because it isn't true. When you have a good voice and you got that stuff around you,
I got a good voice. What?
yeah, you got a freaking great voice.
I'm average, man.
Ladies, help me out. Does this guy not have? He's got an above average voice. He does, man. So blah blah blah. So anyway, so you got some great dudes on the tracks.
Yeah.
When is this going to be done? When are folks going to be able to hear your 99 Nightmares?
Well, I got Ivan from White Zombie. He's doing some. We worked together and did some tracking together.
And he's playing. I'm sorry.
Well, actually,
he was a drummer, or is he producing?
He's a drummer. Well, he actually helped me with some songs, and well, I've been talking to him, and we're doing a song together with him on drums.
So you're like a collaborator. You're like a California rapper. You're like California raisin. Forget that. I'm California rapper, dude. I'm collabing.
I'm just playing music with my friends.
Man, Steven, that's so good, dude. You were so meant to do it, dude. I really appreciate that about you. So before we get to our second song, I want to talk to this guy. He's got some good gear. And he's been pretty lucky in the gear realm. What kind of gear are you using right now? What gear are you using, man?
I use Minaret guitars. Got a endorsement from those guys.
I think the guitar's in the case right now, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's in the case. Oh, he broke the string. And so you got the... and you're endorsed by those guys, so they're like making guitars to send to you.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, it's a long story. Well, I met him through Ivan DeBroom, and it was an old friend of Ivan's, and went down there, and Ivan showed him some of my music, and we all went down there, partied in Anaheim, California. And,
The partying is key.
yeah, partying was key.
He's like, yeah.
That was a fun night. We had a blast. We went.
And did they like hear you play guitar? They like heard you play guitar, and they're like, "Dude, we want to give you a freaking guitar."
They heard what was coming out on the record. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And as far as amps go, so you like those Menard guitars?
Minaret.
Minaret.
Yeah. Minaret.
I'm gonna mess that up. What amps do you like, man? Like, you can hear the Mesa Boogie sound. It's taken me a few years to really hear, like, oh, that guy's playing a Mesa. Oh, that dude's got a Marshall. And, you had Dimebag with the whole Randall sound. What amps do you like? Like, if you had if I kick you some money, you're going to go down to the store, what amp are you going to buy, bro?
Well, I already did that. I use a 65.
Good, because I don't have the money.
Yeah, I use a 65 Fender Bassman.
The Basement.
Yeah.
You're one of those dudes?
Yeah, I am. I love them.
So what do you use for distortion? Not just the amp distortion. You're using other stuff, right?
I met this guy through one of the studios, and he actually makes guitar pedals and stuff, and he helped us kind of, with him and Andrew, helped us basically whip out a whole new sound.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
For this record.
Yeah. We did everything, like, well, actually we recorded it to tape.
Right.
We did it old school. We did it tape and ran it through, and like for reverb and stuff like that, we actually put it through reverb chambers.
And you were using that amp there.
That's one of them.
Awesome, man. Sound is everything. And that when you're jamming in your room, you get one sound, but when you're like, okay, let's go to the studio. You march off to the studio with all your gear. And you're like, it's gonna sound like this. And then all of a sudden you hear back through the board. You're like, whoa, like, wait a minute. You're like, where'd my sound go? You know,
pretty much.
Like, so that's when it helps to have a good dude in the chair who can be like, here's where your sound went, and I'll bring it back for you. Here it is. Boom. Yeah.
I've used it really depends on the song, I think. It kind of goes from there.
Depends on the song, and your songs do vary. Speaking of which, let's get to a song. The second song we're going to play it from these guys, Darkness Falls. I've heard the acoustic version of this song, so we're very excited to play this one. We're going to play Darkness Falls by Steven James, a.k.a. 99 Nightmares. And then we're going to come back. We're going to dig into this guy's history a little bit. And we're going to play a little game with these guys, and we'll wrap it up for you guys. Thanks for tuning into the Loudsole Drink Tank Worldwide Radio Network, ladies and gentlemen. And this is Darkness Falls from 99 Nightmares.
Been tripping a long time, and God knows it ain't good. It's another tale of the misunderstood. Try to find my way now, but nothing seems right. God knows it may be that I will see the light. Yeah, and I will see the light. Been broken, beat down. I've had my share of days. I've even been locked up. What else is there to say? Took a wrong path down. It leads me to nowhere. God knows that life has been unfucking fair. Yeah. When darkness seems to fall, love can change it all. Yeah. tripping a long time. God knows it ain't good.
Hold it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Darkness Falls by 99 Nightmares with my man Steven James up in here. Thanks for coming into this tank, bro. You know, I really appreciate these folks coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been very lucky this year to have a lot of good folks up in this drink tank. And we want to thank you all so much, you know, beginning with Brandon in the very beginning and through all of those guys.
Thank you, Brandon.
What's up, Brandon, man? And I love you, brother. And even though I said fuck you, I'm sorry, bro. I still love you very, very much. And you know, Steven, Darkness Falls. Is this the same thing where you're just writing down some words that work and you're putting some chords in there? Or are you really trying to convey a message in here?
I'd say I just, it's kind of my life in a nutshell.
So it is deep. This is a deep song.
Well, you got to write about something you know about, you know, whether it be this or that.
You know, it's like trading stocks. You know, you trade stocks that you know. You buy stock in something that you know about.
Exactly.
And you know about your life.
Can't go wrong there, right?
You can't go wrong because no one can say, hey, man, you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
You're inauthentic. You're like, no, that's not happening. So, Steven James, man, I want to get into a little bit of your history. We don't have to go super deep, but I know you've been around this town a long time.
Yeah.
Seattle, Washington, and blah blah blah. You know all this stuff, but man, what was your very first band? Here's little Steven.
Little Steven.
he's got his little buddies from middle school or whatever. Like, what was your first band that you guys like? Maybe you did a little gig in a garage, or like, what was your first little band, dude?
I'm trying to remember.
I know it goes way back.
It goes way back. That's way
There's a
back.
lot of green between you.
Yeah, there is.
The hedgerows are this.
I don't remember the name of it.
Okay. Who was it with, man? Who was your first little buddies that you jammed with, man?
I was jamming with Guy. A guy I knew from high school. His name was Guy.
Cool.
He was the drummer. Yeah. And
how did he find out that you knew how to play guitar? Did you you showed up with a guitar one day, you're like, I don't give a fuck about this assignment. It's like,
pretty much.
You play guitar?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And I love those days, man. Those were the authentic days. What about you, man? Like you're a young man. You could probably still remember.
Yeah.
When's the first time you jammed with some dudes,
I've
man?
been in a lot of bands. The first time I got into a band, I was in this thing called the Puget Sound Music for Youth Association.
No way.
And
That's official.
They tried to hook me up with like 10 different bands.
And you were playing guitar?
Yeah, I was frontman pretty much. I was lead
Singing too?
guitar yeah, but that's not. I haven't done that in a long time. But yeah. I used to do a Hendrix thing, and yeah,
that's where you get the teeth thing going on in there. You know, he can only do that teeth thing. You know, I don't know if you saw it in Darkness Falls, but you'll see it before the end of the night. You can only do that when you're young. Because root canals on your front teeth suck.
And unless I broke a tooth or something, then I'd be like, I might reconsider not ever doing it. But
and then did you go to college? What did you do with the guitar in your college years, of which you're still in?
I've been playing. I mean, that's the main thing I've done. I've been playing professionally since I was 16 years old. So bars and clubs, and then when I got up to clubs, I was
And how did you come across this miscreant here? This this cast off from the 90s here. This guy.
I think Sandra introduced us.
Yeah.
Sandra, the bass player.
Yeah. We all go way back.
And you hooked up with the drummer through her too.
Yeah.
Man, she hooked you up, dog.
Well, actually, I didn't hook up with the drummer from her. I met him we remember I told you we met on a boat.
Yeah, you've been on a boat.
Yeah, we met on a boat. Malcolm, he was playing a show there. Well, it was some protest. On a boat.
So it works. That thing, you get a protest permit, you can get a crowd together and
Well, it used to. I don't know if it
protest
still works
permit,
anymore.
folks. You heard it here on the Loudsole Drink Tank, man. So and then so Steven's done a lot of stuff over time, and my man, what are your favorite things? What is in your tape deck at home right now? What are you listening to, man?
Everything.
Come on, man, be specific.
Okay.
You listening to fucking punk rock, Queensryche?
No.
No, not listening to Queensryche.
No, it's well, I listen to a lot of punk rock, and not only that, I like a lot of blues. A lot of blues.
A lot of blues players. Are you a what's the KP something on Friday and Saturday and Sunday night? They play all that blues, on the KEXP or KPL something or other. Yeah. I listen to that all the time, man. Dude, the blues players, dude. How about Gary Moore? Do you know Gary Moore?
I haven't. Can't say I do.
Dude, ladies and gentlemen, check out Gary Moore. You've heard of Gary Moore, right?
Yeah.
Gary Moore is an unbelievable blues guitar player. I mean,
Nice.
dude, you can listen to those blues guys, and they are just shredding. Some guys are playing it cool, but some guys are just in there. They're like, no. Here's how you play blues guitar. Wah! We could go through a litany of names. Oh, shit.
Whoops. Wrong beer.
Wrong beer. Wrong floor. Hey, at least I don't have to drink the whole beer now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got Steven James up in here on the Loudsole Drink Tank. And before we play our third song, Matt Anderson. What is this?
Yeah, that's my. Well, Matt Anderson. He's a blues player that well, we really dig. Yeah, he's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check that one out.
Yeah, so we figured we'd play something for you guys, a little tribute.
The Devil's Bride.
Yeah.
The Devil's Bride. And
Here
so
we're listening to, basically.
that's perfect. That's what I want to know. And before we play that, I want to know, as a band or whatever you're doing, what is the location where you guys are the most creative, either together or individually? Are you sitting in the bathtub? You out in the rose garden? Like, where do you find your creativity just shows up? You first?
Both when I'm jamming with the whole band, or just jamming in general, or sometimes I'll put on my headphones and just kind of go to work. So as long as I'm playing and I've got a guitar in my hand, I'm pretty much inspired.
And the location just doesn't matter. You could be home sitting on the couch. You could be at the campsite. You could be at Deception Pass. Just doesn't matter.
I could be sitting in a subway for all I care.
There you go.
I got a guitar.
It's a real. This is a real guitar player up in here, Steven. Like I know you guys got that coffee pot going on down there, which has got to be super creative, dude. But is there anywhere else where you were like, man, I want to go here so I can just kind of think about writing this song?
Well, I wrote Darkness Falls in a hotel room. So, yeah, in Hoodsport.
In Hoodsport,
Yeah.
dude, hotel rooms, man, because you contemplate your life a little bit differently when you're in the hotel room,
I like the getaway. Just away from everything.
Yeah.
Your ticket.
And you're like, out comes the guitar, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
here we go, dude. Here we go. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, here we do go. This is The Devil's Bride by Steven James up in here, 99 Nightmares on the Loudsole Drink Tank. And ladies and gentlemen, then we're going to come back. We're going to do a little toast to the 90s. I want to wrap this baby up. We've had Steven James up in here on the Loudsole Drink Tank. And here we go, The Devil's Bride.
When I'm cold, you give me could satisfy. Only hell's on fire could ever warm you. You should be the devil's bride. You should be the devil's bride. You should be the devil's bride. You should be the devil's bride.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Loudsole Drink Tank. We are back with Steven James from 99 Nightmares. We got Ty up here. How you doing on the beer, man?
Oh, good.
Okay, good. So I'm going to crack this Disco Wolf and from Fremont, which is pretty good, you know. We only drink strong beers up here in the drink tank. And this one is dude, I'm going to get out the disco ball in a minute.
Disco.
So, what is this Devil's Bride about?
That's Matt Anderson wrote that.
Matt Anderson wrote that.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice when a dude writes a song and then you can be like, dude, I am going to rip that song apart. And thusly you did.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. That song would play well live, yes?
Yeah.
Any big, deep meaning to that or?
Self-explanatory.
Okay, good. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a little thing called Toast to the 90s. So, the reason we're doing that is because I got Steven James in here, you know, and I've had, a lot of folks in the drink tank. And Steven, it really is kind of a microcosm of, all the years that have gone by. And not that he's that old, but not that he's that young. And so, I'm going to lay on you guys. What's cool is they got you and they got the 25-year-old. So, the music in the 90s, there was so much going on. It was a bombastic explosion from everything from pre-grunge. I mean, even from the late 80s, you had Phil Collins and Madonna and Michael Jackson blowing the place up, setting the pace, you know. Then you had Soundgarden early on and Queensryche early on. And then it just exploded. And everything from grunge to Rage Against the Machine, from Pantera to all the different metals, dark metal, black metal, all the different stuff, punk, all on and on, and then hip hop exploded. I mean, everyone went from Metallica on into Sublime. And now we don't have that. Like, we do not have that now in December 2020. Like, we do not have anything close. Like, KISW, I love you. I want to work for you someday. But KISW, they are struggling, to get good bands on, So, music in the 90s, what did it mean? What did it mean to you, man? Like, it meant so much to me.
It was freedom, man. Good way to explain it, the way I remember it.
There was a big sense of freedom.
Yeah.
The end of the world was so far off in the distance. The end of creativity, the max out of the creativity was so far off in the distance.
And you could get away with a lot more stuff. Stage diving, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've gone before this whole pandemic thing went on, I was like, dude, I'd go out and I would try to get people to mosh. People do not mosh. Here would be the heaviest bands playing. The heaviest bands would be Destroying the Kraken, Destroying Daryl's, blah, 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 blah. I'm in there trying to get a mosh pit going. All these dudes, and there would be 100 people in there, but they're all like this, standing there, for 3 bands. And I'm like, and these would be killer bands. I mean, the drummer's blowing it up, blah, blah, blah. But the people are just like, no, they're just not willing to put themselves out there. But back in the day, they would mosh to Jeremy.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremy from Pearl Jam is not a
They
mosh
throw you
song.
around like a little beach ball, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and people were stage diving to Martin. But these days, not, And so, yeah, back in the 90s, there was just so much more of a sense of freedom. And, and being an individual, now with all this technological stuff, there's the sense of the individual.
I can't stay into all that technological stuff. No,
It's a race.
cool.
It goes against creativity.
Yeah, it does. Well, you got a lot of auto-tune. It's cheating. I mean, I had to work for it. I wouldn't have that on my record, personally.
Absolutely not. I think it was.
I mean, could you imagine if they auto-tuned like The Who or Led Zeppelin? Right? I mean, it wouldn't be Led Zeppelin. So,
Can you imagine Robert Plant
Yeah.
with the auto-tune? with that digital effect, like like you're hearing KBE.
it makes me seasick.
It does, and so the '90s were definitely a time when raw creativity was down, and there was a lot of good stuff going around.
Well, you had to play then. You had to actually play in the '90s. Now people are just simulating drums and simulating guitar amps and simulated vocals. It's like, I can't wait for your next record to come out.
We're gonna call it simulated.
Pretty much. So I try to stay away from all that.
Try to stay away from that stuff. Authenticity is gonna. I would think that as the world grows more inauthentic, I'm praying to God that the true authenticity within music will ring through to future generations. Now, whether that will happen or not, I want to keep my thumbs up. But when what we experienced in the 90s,
It's out there. You just really got to look for it.
you really got to look for it. Yeah. And so that's what's going on with that. And how about cars back in the 90s, man? Like back in the 90s, you could work on your own car.
Yeah.
You could do an oil change. You could change a headlight. You could work on your own car. Now, dude.
I forgot my laptop at home.
So you, dude. You're like, I would check the codes, but my phone just isn't. It's acting weird lately. So But it's like, you remember, they had cool cars. It was like in the 90s is when we still saw the cool cars driving around. Once they split, it was Saturns and...
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
What car would you drive now, man?
Which car?
What car would you drive now, man?
I drive a Saab.
You drive a Saab, but like, what car did you drive back then, man?
Back then?
Yeah, dude.
I had a what was it? I think it was a 69 Mercury Cougar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
And how long did you drive that?
I drove it till the muffler fell off.
Circa 1995, and then it all fell apart.
Well, I remember one day my muffler came off, and I grabbed my wallet chain, and then I tied it back up.
Oh, there you go.
Drove it right to the place and traded it in.
You're like, but I want my chain back, fools.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so existentially, we'll just get deep for a moment, man. What's the future of music that you guys see, man? Like, and let's start with this guy. Like, music as far as what you hear on the radio, what you watch on YouTube, your access to it, blah blah blah, recording of it. Like, where is music going? Do you have any thoughts? I certainly do, but I'm wondering if you have any thoughts on that, man.
If anything, I hope it reverts back to the way it was. I mean, that's the way I see it. I go on Facebook, all I see is rap. And I've never really, I like some, like 90s stuff, but I'm very particular. I don't even listen to it, really.
Dude, I'm huge into 90s rap. I'm a 90s mofo. But I didn't listen to rap then. I was a grunge guy. I didn't listen to rap. But now I love all that. Biggie Smalls, Snoop, all that. Eminem was a genius in my opinion. Now, back then I was like, turn that off. Put on Jeremy.
Yeah, like you said, though, there's a lot of, there's some good stuff out there nowadays, but you really have to search for it.
Yeah, you really do. And so do you think that future bands that there's enough human spirit that kids that are 5 years old right now 15 years from now that they're going to be able to get together, hit an A chord, and run a little 1-4-5. Are they going to be able to make new music, or is it just going to be like, you kids need to go home?
I know if they love it like I did, yeah, they could.
Oh, if they love it like you did.
If you love it enough, if that's all you do, if that's what your life is, man, you will make it happen.
Just haunt you.
Or it will haunt you. Your love and hatred will haunt you. Dude, that's exactly what I was looking for here on the Loudsole Drink Tank, man. Thank you so much, my man. Yeah. We salute the 90s, and if these guys were drinking, here, come on, man, give me a 90s, bro. Even though this guy was born in like 90, what year were you born in, brother?
1995.
Wow.
Right in the middle.
Dude, I left home as a 20-year-old in 1995. Dude, oh my God.
I did that quite
so
a while
good.
later.
Oh my God, that's so good. Okay, so, and the other thing about the 90s is that we did not have a store to go to buy a certain little green something. And yet there was so much good stuff out. Isn't that right, Steven James?
Yeah. Some of my favorites.
Steven James, do you go to the store now?
Well, yeah, it's easier now.
It's easier now. But at the store, you get a certain something, but back in the day it was much more fluffy, not compressed, not packed, stick it to the bag.
Yeah, it didn't have all the names. It was just really good green bud.
Dude, I remember back in the day, if a guy said, "Oh, this is John Bud," or "This is some," you'd be like, "Really?
What's that?
It's like, and then after a while, I realized, like, if a guy wants to really sell, he'll give his shit a name. It's just like off and running, dude. Okay, so that leads us into our last song with this band, 99 Nightmares. This song is called 420, 24/7. And I've heard this song done acoustically, and I loved it then. And then this dude brought it in here with the band, and I thought it was great. And so we're going to play this song. We're going to take it out for you guys. Thank you for watching the Loudsole Drink Tank. And this is 420, 24/7 from 99 Nightmares. Here it is, babies.
I drink all my whiskey. Sipping on a 40 and your sister's trying to blow me, hell yeah. My mind's all gone 'cause I drink all my whiskey. What did I tell you? What did I say? I'm sorry I'm out of weed today. How today? How today? How today? How today?
And ladies and gentlemen, that was 420 24/7 by my man Steven James up in here. 99 Nightmares is the band that's going on right now. And we're super excited about what Steven's got going on. We are super privileged to have this guy in. And thank you for closing out.
Thank you.
Thanks you for closing out my Loudsole Drink Tank year, man. It's been a long year. I really wish you guys the best out there. 2021 is going to be a year that, God, what are we going to do in this year, man?
Well, it sounds like we're just gonna keep doing the same thing, being caged like a rat.
We have been caged like a rat.
I know I have.
Yeah, and you guys have been down in the coffee pot. What's the coffee pot name?
Bob's Java Jive.
I'm sorry?
Bob's Java Jive.
Bob's Java
Jive.
Jive. It's down in Tacoma, right?
Yeah.
Dude, ladies and gentlemen, go check out, say it one more time, my man.
Bob's Java Jive.
Dude, you got to check it out in Tacoma. It's the coolest place, dude. Dude, they do shows there. When the shows are... Dude, he's got a stage. He's got a rad place to, like, sit and eat dinner. And you got a bar. And if you really get to know him, you get to go upstairs, man. And maybe Raj will show up with some really heavy stuff, you know? And, like... And so you got to check out this guy, man. And so who's this guy, Q? Who's Q? Well, what's up with Q? You're not talking about Q like on the internet, right? Q.
Yeah, Q from LBC Sublime. Yeah.
And he's playing bass for you guys.
Yeah, he's doing some music with us. Yeah, he'll be on. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm taking I made a bunch of songs with a bunch of people. And,
right.
Yeah, just throwing it all on there.
So he's another guy that you're collaborating with.
Yeah.
Because like Steven is like a magnet. Just like all these dudes from the ether just show up that are awesome.
I've been playing a lot in my days.
Okay, so the band is 99 Nightmares. And go check them out on Facebook, you know, check them out on YouTube, whatever. You know, of course, they're not doing shows now, but what's going on is these guys are building their chops. They're building it. And when the time comes out, you're going to want to check these guys out. And frankly, I'm going to tell you straight up, I love Steven's voice. He's just got a great voice. And, you know, the Drink Tank has been blessed with a lot of folks with good voices. And you are definitely one of them, my man. Thank you, Ty, for coming in. And that drummer was rad. That bass player was rad.
Yeah.
These two ladies are rad. Thank you for coming up in here. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are a band or a brewer and you want to get up in here in the Loudsole Drink Tank, just hit me up. I'm Rob Cobain on Facebook, blah, 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 Loudsole Drink Tank, all that junk. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take this Loudsole Drink Tank out. And Happy New Year, fools. Ow!
Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank, Loudsole Drink Tank. Pacific Northwest Band.